Okay, Ladyada, what's going on?
Hey, I'm playing with OpenClaw, which I've installed on a Raspberry Pi computer here. This is a Pi 5 running on my local network, and it has a Pi TFT display on it too, so you can see my stats and my usage and the time. And I've got the Raspberry Pi itself connected up to a Metro Mini here, which is kind of what I use for Arduino testing because it's the classic AVR 8-bit. And I'm testing a new board for the APDS 999 sensor. It's an RGB and proximity sensor. And here I've got a NeoPixel ring. So I've been using Claude Code and other agents like Codex and Gemini to help me like pair program and develop the drivers in Arduino for these chips, because there's a lot of data sheets and registers and setters and getters. But like today I was thinking, maybe I'll have it also do the test suite for me. So I'm experimenting with having OpenClaw, because I'm giving it like full reign of the computer and the Arduino compatible and Arduino CLI. I wouldn't run this on my local computer, like bad idea. But if it's running on a Raspberry Pi, that basically is kind of like air
Dude
gap.
who's typing stuff, stop typing.
Stop typing. So what I do is I have, you can use the command line interface, but I'm using the web interface here. And I just started a new session. And what I use is Claude Opus 4.5, I think 4.6 just came out, but I use 4.5, and that does like the planning and management. And then I use Codex for the actual programming. It's a lot less expensive, and like that way I keep the context nice and small. And then because OpenClaw has Telegram integration, I just tell it, hey, ping me when you're done with this test and let me know that it's complete. Cool. And that way I can kind of do some emails or like feed the baby or whatever, and I get told when the test is done. So let's do this test, which is connecting to a Metro Mini with an APDS sensor. I have an IRQ line in case you need it, a NeoPixel ring on D6, and use the ring to test the RGB color sensor. Run an independent test. We've already cloned the library onto this Raspberry Pi, and then use Codex and tell me when it's done. And you can, I do this for the proximity sensor. I can do this for whatever part of the sensor, the persistence testing, the registers that sets the integration time, etc. So this will go off and do it and get back to me. Usually takes a couple minutes. It gives me feedback. It does the sub agent. The only thing is, one of the things about having this kind of agentic coding is it really does kind of like go off on its own. Like you don't see the conversation. I think there is a way for me to look in and see the thinking model and what Opus is telling Codex and like the feedback. But for the most part, now is when I would like go and do something else. And then you'll eventually see the RGB LEDs on the NeoPixel. Like I think Codex has to like first figure out like what is the COM port, and you can see it's programming, it's lighting up the NeoPixels, and then it's going to see like what is the output from the APDS sensor. It has to like read all the code, but it can do it pretty fast, usually within like a few minutes. It'll run it a couple times, observe the output, adjust the test. What takes the longest isn't actually the like LLM code, but the fact that it has to like upload to this Metro Mini, which takes a while to get the serial port going. And hopefully in a minute or two, it'll kick back and tell me test complete.
All right, so it told you a telegram.
Yeah, and I got a telegram, and it said, okay, the agent ran. This window is really small, so it's kind of hard to see. Oh, the heartbeat also ran at the same time. It gives me the feedback from the assistant. And hold on, let me go past the heartbeat. I'm going to make this window a little bigger just for reading this. Okay, accomplished. It created a new sketch in this location so I can get it. And here's the output, and you can see like when red LED is lit, the R reading is much higher. When green is lit, the green reading is higher, blue is much higher. So what's neat about this is having done this for just RGB LED ring, I actually kind of set it off and said, test all of the setters and getters in the library. I have a servo connected, so you can do proximity testing by moving the servo forward and back. You have the RGB LED ring. You have the interrupt pin. And it kind of went through it. It found a couple of like issues, fixed them, did documented stuff that couldn't get working. Most things did work, but it is really like a full loop of here's the data sheet, here's the hardware, write the code, write the tests, and then get the test working. And that's what people say about agentic coding is it's best to like have the test documented and then code the test so that way it doesn't like cheat or anything. And then I of course review all the code and the tests at the end. And I sometimes tell it like, hey, like you didn't really test what you think you tested. But after a few rounds, it's done. And like I can basically do not only the entire driver, but the test suite as well, like an hour or two.
How long did it take you before?
Easily a week to do the whole test.
So what do you do instead? More hardware?
More lactation.
Okay. Watch out.
I gotta eat a lot.
Watch out, Mastodon. She's talking. Okay. So let's I'm gonna get this video up and see what people think.
Okay.
Cool.